Ryan, look what's coming up.
The Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival?
Yes, but you know what else is coming up? A new episode of Garden Time. Welcome to Garden Time, and if you're in the Woodburn area, the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival is the place to be.
Or if you're in Woodland, Washington, Sagawa's is the place to be.
Coming up in the show today, we'll be at the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival and find out how the festival is going to look this year.
We'll also show you some early spring hellebores.
But coming up first, Tips with Jan.
Well, we finally put winter behind us, hopefully, and now it's spring, and we're out here with Jan. Jan, what do we need to be doing in our garden today?
Well, we always say this every year at this time. This is a soil thermometer to make sure that your soil is warm enough to support the things that you're going to plant. Right today, the temperature outside of the soil is 30, and in my greenhouse it's 40. So with that in mind, what I did, I've got all the things I'm going to plant, some of them in the greenhouse and some of them outside. I wrote on each package, this is a tomato that I'm going to put in the greenhouse, and lovage, which is a celery tasting herb. It needs to be 65 degrees before you put it out. Zinnias, 70 degrees. That means that if you're going to buy starts, you really want to wait until the weather warms up so that they get a good start and they don't just sit there in cold soil.
Because we're definitely not there yet.
We're not there yet. And then my other more cold tolerant plants, I'm going to plant rutabagas this year, but I'm going to do it obviously in the garden, so I have to wait a little bit. Lettuce is 40 plus degrees, so 10 degrees more today I could put the lettuce in. Sugar pod peas are 40 degrees, salad greens 45. So if you have one of these, and they're not very expensive, a soil thermometer, you'll see on the package what the soil temperature should be for good germination and continued growth.
Okay, so all great tips on that.
We'll do. And the other thing, the angry thing, I bought a brand new bag of slug bait, and the mice in the greenhouse ate it. It's empty. So if you have slug bait, keep it in a tight jar or tight container of some kind that you'd be able to not have them do this.
Yeah, because you definitely want your rodents to get into that. Because they'll even get into your seed packets too.
Right, oh for sure, grass seed, anything.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we always have to mention the lemon.
That's true. Well, the lemon survived the winter in the greenhouse. I did heat it periodically. It has some lemons on it that I'm going to pick, and it's starting now to flower again. So after I pick the lemons, I'll fertilize it, and then those blossoms will pop and we'll get some more lemons.
And then you have a couple other tips for us, but we're going to head back out to the garden to go check on the beds. So we've talked about some of the inside things to do, but we're also now out in the garden, and there's a couple other tips that we could do while we're out in the garden.
Right, well this is something I did this year, and why I haven't done it before I have no idea. But after the storm, the ice storm and snow and stuff, we just raked up and we took the big sticks out, but I used all the fir boughs and fir cones and everything to just make a mulch between the beds, and it'll be fine.
Well, why not? It's just going to break down.
Absolutely, it will, and it will smother out the weeds that are there. And also it's not an issue for people that worry about acidic soils from fir needles or whatever, because it isn't the raised bed, it's the path.
Right, right.
So the other thing that I need to mention, just because I've had more than one question about it, and that is, last year I couldn't get this particular variety of tomato, or I couldn't get this particular variety of cucumber. And so this year I'm going to buy them early so I don't miss out. Well, if you buy them early and put them out early, you're going to lose them anyway.
Right.
So just maybe contact an independent garden center or to find out what they're carrying and when, and be able to kind of gauge it that way to know. One person was, it was an English cucumber and a specific cherry tomato. And so just be careful. I know we had shortages, but I think the nurseries are going to beef up a lot of stuff this year anyway, but just be careful not to put
Don't
it
be
up.
too much in a rush. Just be aware
Absolutely.
of what's
And
going on.
so the cucumber plant per se can go out like mid-May and not April, because you'll lose it for sure, for sure. The other thing that we wanted to mention, we actually mentioned it in a segment before, but the damage that was done from the ice and the snow. Know what your shrub is if you're going to prune it. Know if it blooms on first year or second year wood, so you know how hard you can prune it. And just take your time and watch for the new growth to come. So once that new growth starts, you can prune it, fertilize it, whatever you want to do. But if you don't know for sure what it blooms on, you're not going to want to cut it clear to the ground and realize you just took out all the flowers for this year.
Because gardening does take some patience.
It does
some
for
time.
sure.
It doesn't happen overnight. So, Jan, it's always a pleasure to have all the tips this month. And so, for you, it gives you an idea of what to do in your garden this month. And so, for more information on this, make sure you go to gardentime.tv. So, Jan, thank you.
You're welcome.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Portland Nursery, where spring is our favorite time of year. It's the time to prepare your garden for planting. We invite you to get a jump on spring with our huge selection. Let Portland Nursery's staff of professionals help with groceries you can grow. We've got the seeds, veggie starts, and expertise to ensure your success. Visit portlandnursery.com for a list of classes and special events. Portland Nursery, helping make your backyard your favorite destination at 50th and Stark and 90th and Division.
Since 1926, the Bonide Company has worked with homeowners to make their homes and gardens beautiful. If you have a garden problem, Bonide has the answer. Don't lose the battle with weeds. The Bonide line of weed beater products will help you get a handle on your weed problems. They are active in cool weather and you'll see visible results in less than 24 hours.
Visit Bonide.com to find a local retailer and to download your free Bonide Problem Solver app for your iPhone or Droid.
Since 1982, the Wall has been making local gardens beautiful, naturally. Whether you need a new wall, concrete patio, fire pit, or driveway, the Wall's expert craftsmen can build it. We back up our work with a 5-year warranty, so you'll know it'll last. We use the highest quality materials, including stamped colored concrete, natural stone, and we're the leader in using recycled concrete. Create an outdoor environment you'll enjoy for years, with the help of your friends at The Wall.
Create a beautiful living space both inside and out with the help of Terra Casa.
Outside, you'll find pottery, fountains, and decor to make your garden unforgettable.
And inside there are home furnishings and just the right accents to make your home warm, inviting, and most importantly, comfortable.
Terra Casa has a huge selection of merchandise to fit any home or budget. Plus, we still have all the unique and distinctive gifts that you have come to expect from Terra Casa.
Terra Casa in downtown Damascus.
Find everything you need for spring at Al's Garden and Home.
Well, it's tulip time, and you know what that means. It's time for Wooden Shoe, and I'm with Karen. We're out in the fields, and we're here.
It's great. Welcome.
Right. And it's festival time.
It is. We are so excited to be open this weekend. As many of you know, we weren't able to open last year, and we're just so ready to open and welcome people out. We've done a lot of spacing out, if you will. We have 2 fields this year, and one here and another one out in our background, and so we're just excited to invite people out and to join us this year.
And people that want to come out, it's a little bit different than just a show up, right? What do they need to know?
Definitely. We've made some changes. As those who've come in the past know, that when we're full bloom and beautiful sun and the Mount Hood is out, we all want to be out here in the middle of the day and get that picture, postcard perfect picture. We do time ticketing. So people need to go to our website and pre-book the time. We have hourly timing. We're hoping, and we've reduced the number coming in, so we're controlling the number of people in at a time so people can space out adequately when they are out here.
And is there, when they're out here masking,
Well, we ask that people, where appropriate, wear a mask. Please follow, we are following the Oregon COVID guidelines, so we ask that people follow that. Be respectful of our employees and vendors. We want our customers to be safe, so where appropriate, it is wear a mask.
And for people that are want to follow along that aren't able to make it out, they can go and you have a webcam, right?
We do. Follow our website, and on that we have field report.
Okay.
And we post, what the field's looking like, and it's a good idea to check that out. We've released tickets now, but we will be releasing more tickets like 7 days before, so that you can adjust your timing with weather and following what our predictions on full bloom are. So please definitely go to our website.
Right, and once they have their ticket, they still want to follow up because there's things that are changing all the time. So activities may change from day to day, or requirements may change from day to day.
Definitely. So we are trying to be very flexible, fluid, and again, safety is our top priority this year because we all want to be able to spend time out in the tulip field, right?
And so, once we get our tickets, we come out here and we enjoy the tulip field. You also have some more goodies, and we're going to head inside to the gift shop to check those out. Well, now that we've visited the fields, I'm with Cassidy, we're out in the gift shop. And, customers that have come out, they've purchased their ticket, they're out in the fields. What else can they do while they're out here?
So we do have a beautiful gift shop here. There's all kinds of tulip themed items. We also have a ton of traditional Dutch trinkets, all of those types of things. We have gift boxes here, and we have some that are custom made to be like wooden shoe themed. Some of our gift boxes have wine, some of them have natural honey, all kinds of different things. And if you don't see one that you like, you can always come to the wine counter, ask for Gina, and she'll help you put together a custom box of your own. It'll really help you remember the festival, and you can always kind of remember those great times you had while you were seeing all of the flowers.
And in addition to the gift shop, you also have the vendors.
We do have vendors, so we've got coffee, we've got pizza, a lot of great things to try while you're out here. We do also have our vineyards. So that's our Wooden Shoe Vineyards wine, everything from Albarino to Marechal Foch. So we've got some great stuff here as well as that.
And red hemp.
Oh, and then the Red Barn hemp. We do have a Red Barn hemp counter. So CBD capsules, tinctures, dog treats, all those types of things.
And most importantly, we're out here for tulips. Can we get our tulips too?
And you can get tulips. You can get potted tulips. You can get cut flowers to bring home and brighten up your day. We do also have a senior delivery program. So you can add that onto your tickets and you can brighten up the day of a senior. We'll go out and deliver those to them. And then we do also have bulbs available now.
And so, with the tickets, because they do need to purchase the tickets to be able to partake in all of these activities, right? Where should they go to get their tickets?
So go to woodenshoe.com under tickets. All of our ticketing is going through TicketSpice this year. So go and head over there, select your day and time. Even if you are buying a season pass, it's going to ask you to put in a time. And so just go ahead and do that. And then you'll be able to come for the duration of the season.
So Cassie, we're super excited for tulip season. The fields are going to be amazing. So for more information on the Wooden Shoe Bulb Farm, go to gardentime.tv, or you can go to Wooden Shoe's website and get more information. So Cassie, it's a pleasure being out here, and we're looking forward to the tulips.
Thank you.
Welcome to Blooming Junction, where it's easy to connect with nature. At Blooming Junction, you'll find beautiful, healthy plants, good, fresh food, and a place to regain peace and calm in your life. We have an unsurpassed collection of unique and distinctive plants and the expertise to help any gardener be successful. And we feature Blooming Advantage plants. Come check out Blooming Junction for an inspiring experience in the garden or in the kitchen. Blooming Junction, offering quality plants for beautiful gardens.
Come to where the color is. Come to Egan Gardens. We've worked hard growing healthy plants for you so that your gardening is easy. Add sparkle to your garden with our perennials, container plants, and skillfully designed baskets and planters.
Stop and get a mood lifter out here on the farm. We have lots of fresh air and lots of space. There's lots of blooming plants, new vegetable starts, shrubs, and berry bushes.
Egan Gardens, where it's all about the plants. We're located west of I-5 at exit 263 on River Road.
For over 100 years, Collier Arbor Care and Bartlett Tree Experts have provided tree and shrub care services to the Portland metropolitan area.
From large tree and small shrub pruning, tree removal, and stump grinding, we can handle all your tree care needs.
Our arborists diagnose and treat your toughest insect and disease problems.
We also have organic solutions for growing and maintaining healthy gardens, as well as organic nutrition for your trees and shrubs.
Collier and Bartlett, environmentally friendly since 1907.
At Garland Nursery, you'll find
top quality plants,
4 generations of garden know-how,
fun and fantastic garden decor,
and the best in garden supplies.
Come visit us at Garland Nursery.
Since 1937, inspiring beautiful and bountiful gardens.
You know, we are closing out winter, but there are still lots of blooming things that you could have in your garden. I'm with Sarah at the Division Portland Nursery, and Sarah, you have a great collection of hellebores, which you always think of winter, but not this late into the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think we think of them in winter because they're so gorgeous and like show-stopping in winter, but we forget that they do go into the spring, and some of them are really quite long blooming.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that they really, there's one for every couple weeks during the time when we need some color. So do you have some favorites? Because you always have favorites that you love.
I do.
And please share with us.
It's really hard with the hellebores because I kind of love them all, but basically the doubles are, I really love the doubles and the darker colors. So like this one right here is Berry Swirl, and sweet. It's just like so sweet. And then this kind of this darker one, it's just so like prolific. This one's Sally's Shell.
Aww.
And I think what's great about them is that they're the perfect height for some good combination planting with other things.
Sure.
But they're evergreen, they're hardy, they're deer resistant.
Nice.
The slugs don't like to eat the leaves. They're just gorgeous.
And you know, I love that too. We had some really bad weather on and off all winter, and I had some that had ice all over, and I thought, oh no, they're not going to come back. They were fine once it melted. They sprung out and they were just beautiful.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm recalling that they're even a little bit drought tolerant. So I mean, you just put them out and they're so easy maintenance, and then they look great for you.
And this one, you have to tell us about this because this is very unusual than these colorful ones.
Yeah, this one's got quite a different look. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's got kind of like a little bell shape. And stinky leaves. I have been told not to touch the leaves, they smell bad, but it's a fetidus, and it just, I mean, it almost got like a euphorbia look.
It does, yeah, that's true.
You know, it can give a unique, different texture to a planting combination.
Excellent. And then I have to show you this one. So this one is called Gold Collection Jesco, and the flowers are kind of like apple green. And so tell us a little bit about this one.
Yeah, so some of these they'll put on a colorful bloom in the beginning, but then as it fades, the plants will put on these green flowers that give a unique look that you don't see a lot. So those green flowers will stay on for months and months.
And Sarah, really, it's not all about the blooms, is it?
It's not. More and more varieties have these gorgeous foliage that really add something to the garden year round. And not to mention that you don't see these very often as a cut flower, but these make great cut flowers. A really classy way to show them off is, you know, they'll float in a bowl of water. So, I mean, it just doesn't get much better than a hellebore.
And you have them stock at Division and at Stark Street?
Yes.
Yes. So really, if you don't have hellebores in your garden or your containers, Portland Nursery is the place to go. Please go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over to their website and go out there and get a new one for your garden. Thanks so much, Sarah.
Thank you.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
At Capital Subaru, we are family.
It's not all about selling cars here. It's about our community and our families.
With a Subaru, it's always, what are you going to do next?
With our new space, we'll get you service faster than ever before.
And right now, it's the Subaru A Lot to Love event all month long, online or in person. Let's start your next adventure together.
And we are growing.
With over 72,000 square feet and 30 new service bays.
I can't wait. It's a new year and it's going to be awesome.
At Capital Subaru, we are your way on the Parkway.
Find everything you need for spring at Al's Garden and Home.
You work hard in the garden. Shouldn't your gloves do the same? Garden Like a Girl makes gloves and apparel from natural, recycled, and organic materials. Garden Like a Girl gloves will help you tackle any job. They are designed to fit, protect your hands and nails, and they last. Plus, 10% of our profits go to cancer research. To learn more about Garden Like a Girl products, go to our website, gardenlikeagirl.com. Garden Like a Girl, ruggedly feminine.
No matter what shade your green thumb is, you can find the plants and the help you need at Wavra Farms. We're filled with an astounding array of colorful plants to fill your garden. In addition to wonderful annuals and perennials, we are known for our hanging baskets. We also have all your garden essentials, and we have great garden gifts too. From beginner to expert, you'll find something new and different with every visit. Wavra Farms, located off Highway 22, Exit 5, east of Salem.
At Sagawa Nursery, we always talk about taking your garden from ordinary to extraordinary. For us, that means bringing you the newest and best plants and unique garden items to you, our customer. For you, that means we'll help you transform your garden into something that's extraordinary. We also have some great gift items and even a few surprises for inside your home too. Sagawa Nursery, growing beyond the ordinary.
Well, you know, it is mid-March and we are all itching to get in our gardens. I'm at Blooming Junction today with Justin. He's the farm manager here. And so, Justin, you know, I've been hearing cole crops, that it's time to kind of plant those. So what is a cole crop?
Yeah, cole crops, C-O-L-E. Cole crops come from the Latin word caulis, and that word refers to the stem of a plant. So today, cole crops means the stem leafy plants of the Brassica family.
Oh, okay.
And so all of the Brassica family originates from one species, Brassica oleracea, which is a wild cabbage. Oh. And so now we've cultivated all these varieties: broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kohlrabi, mustard greens, collard greens. They're just all of these varieties that all came from that original wild cabbage. And one characteristic of cole crops is that they all thrive in cool weather and can withstand light frost. So that's how they've also come to be known as cold crops, you know.
I can see that.
And so yeah, cole crops are a great thing to be planting this time of year.
And so do you have some tips for us? Can we just go out and like start in raised beds, or what should we do?
I do. I have 4 tips for everyone today. The first one is not to get carried away and start too early. You know, we get some of these warm spring days and everybody's thinking about just planting their whole garden. And especially for a lot of the new gardeners out there, I want to remind people that there are a lot of plants that thrive in warmer weather, and it's just too early to get a lot of those things in.
Like tomatoes or peppers.
Exactly, and we all love those, but it's just a little too early. You know, beans, squash, cucumbers, just need to hold off. And if you're ever unsure about what is safe to plant yet, just come into any garden center and we can help you with that kind of information. So that being said, there are a lot of things that we can plant right now. And one good way to know if it's safe to plant things, or to know if they'll germinate in your garden, which is most important, is to have a soil thermometer. Because it doesn't matter what temperature the weatherman says or what it feels like outside, it's the temperature of your soil that will allow these seeds to germinate. And so great way to check that, or the only way really to be sure, is to use a soil thermometer. And some seeds miraculously can germinate in really cold soil, like peas, spinach, lettuce can germinate in 35 degrees. Wow. But a lot of even these earlier cold hardy varieties need at least 40-45 degrees to germinate. So you can always look it up on the internet, see what temperature they need to germinate, and then be able to check it with the soil thermometer.
Oh, good tip.
So I guess we're now third tip is to use a mix of transplanting and direct seeding. Some things, the soil may still be a little too cold for them to germinate, but they can certainly still thrive in this kind of weather. So a lot of things like onions, I like to get in really early, so I like to put those in as transplants. And also a lot of the cole crops, like the kohlrabi here, I like to put in as transplants, especially if it's something that requires a long growing period, like cauliflower, because they really don't like summer heat, and by getting them in early, we're able to get a nice crop of broccoli or cauliflower before the summer heat kicks in. But then there are also crops that either prefer to be direct seeded or can also germinate in colder temperatures. So I mentioned, lettuce, spinach, and peas can germinate at really cold temperatures. There are also some other root crops that can germinate at cold temperatures and are not damaged by light frost. We have radishes, turnips, carrots, and beets. So those are all good things to be direct seeding this time of year. And then the fourth tip I would say is to have row cover handy. We start thinking, oh, spring has sprung, spring is here, but we can always get that late frost, and while some of the brassicas are very cold hardy, some of them or some more sensitive lettuces can be damaged by a late frost. So having, some row cover ready to throw over if,
Sure.
You see some really cold weather is coming overnight can be a great way to protect your plants.
Oh, definitely. And I see that at the store here that you do have some starts and you have seeds too. So really you can come out here and get a lot of supplies. And you're also planting out in the garden for the CSA.
We are, that's right. Yeah, we run a CSA program, a subscription program for folks where they come every week to get a box of vegetables, and they can find more information about that on our website.
Well, thanks for all that information. And if you need more information, please go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to the Blooming Junction website or come out here and see all the different starts that you can get in your garden right now. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Judy.
Happy spring, and thank you for watching Garden Time.
Spring is a great time to visit any of your local independent garden centers like Sugawa Nursery to see all the beautiful spring color that they have.
And for more information on today's show or any of our other episodes, go to gardentime.tv. Judy and I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week on Garden Time.
Garden Time is on the road again. Join us as we tour Portugal and Spain in the fall of 2021. We start in Lisbon, where we tour the palaces and gardens of royalty. Then we make our way across Spain with visits to the Mesquita and the world-famous Alhambra. Enjoy the sights, sounds, and tastes of Andalusia before we end up in exciting Madrid. Local transportation, hotels, and 26 of your meals are included. Go to Garden Time Tours for more information, and we'll see you in Europe. The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.